It began with a mysterious phone call.
Do you like scary movies? Happy birthday, Karen.
I think it's horrible that you would have to live your life wondering what's going to happen next.
At first, it sounded like a harmless prank, but it would soon become a terrible nightmare.
Wow, this should not happen to somebody. I mean, this is just off the charts nuts.
This is Karen Welch's story, when an anonymous predator is on the hunt.
I am Dr. Michelle Ward. I'm a criminal psychologist, and I was stalked. And I'm not alone. Over 3 million people are stalked every year in this country. Many survive the ordeal, others do not. These are their terrifying stories.
Call me back, baby. You're real hot. Stalk your ass. Yeah, I got your number. And that's not all. You're gonna get yours.
Karen Welch grew up in the small, affluent town of Marlboro, New Jersey. An honor student in high school, she was homecoming queen of her graduating class.
I was the type of girl where my friends would fix me up with someone to go to the prom. I was the girl who studied instead of dated.
I met Karen in high school. She was beautiful, she was intelligent. I was happy to be her friend, and I really looked up to her a lot.
After high school, Karen attends Lehigh College in Pennsylvania. There, she meets a fellow student named Michael, and there's an instant connection.
Initially, it was just like a regular dating relationship. And eventually, we decided to get married.
Karen and Michael tie the knot in November 1989. And 3 years later, Karen gives birth to a beautiful, healthy baby boy.
He was a wonderful addition to my life. He was just a joy.
But before long, deep cracks appear in the relationship. And after just 5 years of marriage, Karen and her husband decide to call it quits.
He agreed with me about the divorce. There was no arguing, no going to counseling. It was a clear break.
Karen soon embraces her new role as a single mom.
We were having a very normal life, pretty much ordinary.
But she doesn't realize her world is about to be turned upside down.
It was Christmas Eve, 1997, at about 1 o'clock in the morning, and I answered the phone. Hello? The person on the other end was using the voice changer from the movie Scream, reciting dialogue from the movie.
Hello there. Do you like scary movies? I do. I'm watching you.
I was alone. My son was spending the night at his dad's house, and so I was there by myself. And so I was alarmed. It was so disturbing, so disturbing.
Karen is shaken, but convinces herself that it's just a silly prank and puts it out of her mind.
Hello?
But the calls continue.
There were constant hang-up calls. Sometimes I would get 10 or 12 in a day. So then I became even more alarmed. I had no idea who could be doing this. It's just all sorts of levels of creepy.
Unfortunately, the calls are blocked, so Karen can't trace them. She racks her brain, trying to figure out who could be doing this and why.
Is this one person? Is this multiple people? Are they connected?
In my experience, this is a red flag. At first, 1 or 2 anonymous calls isn't going to seem like anything anyone needs to be worried about. However, when you recognize that they're happening over and over and over again, and you realize this person's spending a whole lot of time tormenting me, you realize you might not be dealing with someone with a full deck of cards.
My impression was, wow, this should not happen to somebody. I mean, this is just, off the charts nuts.
There really wasn't a whole lot that I could do with it other than change my phone number, which I did multiple times.
Somehow, her anonymous caller manages to track down each new number.
In my opinion, this person, whoever he is doing this to Karen because he's become addicted to it. He's experiencing a rush, some sort of incredible elation, like a drug. And so, just like any addict, he's going to need more and more and more. And I fear that it's not going to stop.
And one day, out of the blue, something unexpected happens.
It was Sunday afternoon at 3 o'clock. My son and I were coming home from the mall, and there was a truck following us. It came out of nowhere. Really, totally came out of nowhere. I didn't really pay too much attention until we pulled into our townhouse complex, and the truck parked himself behind our vehicle. This truck blocked my car in. I just grabbed the hand of my son and scurried him into the house.
Karen can't help but think that the truck driver is the person who's been calling her.
Up until now, this person has been violating Karen's life, but from a distance. But as much as he enjoys calling her, it's probably not enough anymore. Now we've turned a corner. Now he's actually in her space, physically threatening her. And I sense it's going to get worse because it seems to be escalating.
Karen is so shaken by the incident that she calls the police.
But they didn't take it seriously like I wanted them to take it seriously.
I told you, I'm getting phone.
They were just treating this as some sort of a nuisance. And told me to, if anything else happens, get back in touch with them. But they were not going to do anything.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
I can just imagine being in her shoes, and you kind of know what's going on, but you have no way to prove it. It's just a really awful situation to be in.
The mysterious calls continue for 11 months. Sometimes the caller hangs up. Sometimes he speaks to Karen, but she still has no clue who he is.
The boogeyman has no face. Is it someone she works with? Is it somebody she knows? Is it a stranger? Is it her neighbor? She must have been under an enormous amount of stress.
My friend said, go out and live your life and enjoy yourself. Try and not dwell on this.
They advise her to take a vacation and get away from it all. And that's exactly what she does. She takes her son to Florida. But little does she know, a dark cloud is about to roll in on her holiday in the sun.
We got back to our hotel room, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe it. How could this be happening? I was shocked.
For the past 11 months, 38-year-old Karen Welch has been relentlessly harassed by a faceless stranger.
It was mind-blowing what was going on.
Now, she is desperate to try to get away from it all.
I took my son to Disney World, and my birthday was in the midst of our trip. We were able to relax a little bit.
You're too funny.
But back in her hotel room, just as Karen is beginning to unwind, the phone rings.
Hello?
Happy birthday, Karen.
And it was the voice from the movie Scream singing happy birthday. Oh my God, I can't believe it. How did this man know it was my birthday?
Are you all right? Yeah.
I was in a state of shock that I was discovered in Florida. How could this be happening? Then I realized someone is stalking me. I was appalled. I was aghast. I just couldn't believe that this was going on.
This person, whoever he is, knows way too much about Karen, and that has to be absolutely terrifying. Here she is doing everything she can to keep a low profile, and he finds her on her birthday. This stalker is incredibly persistent, he's incredibly driven, and he's incredibly resourceful. Every obstacle she puts in front of him, he clears.
I remember calling 911.
911 emergency?
And telling them what was happening. Maybe it was 2 minutes, maybe it was 3 minutes, but it felt like it was half an hour.
But when the police finally arrive, there's not much they can do. And they're unable to trace the call. Karen's stalker has used an unidentifiable prepaid cell phone.
In this case, there really wasn't much you could do. It's almost like you would have to say, if something more were to happen to you, then we might be able to do something. I mean, you never wanted to use those words, but unfortunately, it's kind of what it was.